Sacred is the theme this week. And I am in one of the most sacred places, spaces on this planet for me. 57 years ago, I guess, and some change, I was conceived in those waters. My mom said it was a hot August night, late August. I think it was maybe around Labor Day. And Sally Ann Colby Klein and Arnold Frederick, known as Mike Klein, cooled off, I guess, or heated up in the lake. And then the bear came. This place is so sacred to me. When I was thinking about sacred, I also had that moment of recognizing that I actually didn't know what the word sacred meant. I know about the word sacrifice, which is to make sacred. So, when I used to do my song and dance, Seltzer Down the Pants in Chicago for Inspiration Corporation, I would talk about how we make sacrifice. What we're doing is making something sacred, right? We're giving up, or we're putting aside, or we're delaying something in order to make something sacred. And so, what is sacred? That's the theme this week, week 31 of my project, my summer edition, which still is not named. Let's just say it's the summer of experiments in the glory of how the Northern Hemisphere is rocking it right now. That is not a great title. Sacred, to me, is a feeling and an experience. And when I did the dive into Webster Landia and Wikipedia, it really talked a lot about religion, that sacredness has a religious connotation, and it separates kind of the holy from the mundane or the profane. I don't like that. That's not what sacred is for me. When I did my mind map, because that's how I rock these things a little bit, holy was the first word that came to my mind. Holy. Something that is imbued with the energy of the divine, of life for me. It has nothing to do with religion for me. I am totally honoring if holy is religious to you. That's cool. Today, I really had to get my head around this concept of what's sacred. This place, this is sacred. These cedar trees are sacred. The lake is sacred. All the insects and mice that I'm having a difficult time with right now, all of everything is sacred. So the experiment today is, what is sacred for you? Is it devotion? Is it practicing with others in some way? Like, I think about how when we think of rituals are sacred, the rituals of childhood and going into adolescence and adulthood and marriage or partnership or coming together, or death rituals are these sacred, the coming together in groups and unions. And there's a hummingbird right there, which is sacred. Thank you. Oh my God. It's so thrilling. I also recognize that awe was the next word that I had about sacred. This feeling of awe, which is wonder and fear rubbing up on each other. One of the ways that I know in my body, in my mind, my heart, my spirit, that something is sacred is I feel some awe. I feel awe frequently, though. I don't have to be in a religious or a ceremony to feel awe. So sacred to me, again, is imbued in everything. So the experiment is to kind of find out what is sacred for you. How do you work with this term? And how does it shape your life? I think about sacredness also as the honoring of our values and of who we are and our relationships and connections. All those are sacred to me too. So the working definition I have right now, sacredness is my relationship, my kinship, my connection with everyone and everything, recognizing that, having awareness of that, slowing myself down so that I can relate to everyone and everything in a way that has respect. Because that's another definition of sacredness, is something that we respect, something that is set apart. I don't like that business to set apart. I feel like it's something that we recognize, that we have a moment of recognition of our connection, and in that connection there is just an essence of sacredness. I like that because I want sacredness to be part of the mundane world. I don't want it to be this thing that I have to seek out. I want to be in a relationship with sacredness in all of my moments, if it's possible. If it's possible. This week is supposed to start on Monday. It started on Wednesday. I have been wonderfully involved with sacred connection with beautiful friends for the last 7 weeks of my life-ish, yeah. And that has been a sacred journey of going from Chicago to California to Minneapolis to Lake Superior, back to Minneapolis, to Wisconsin, to Chicago again, back up here again. It has been a sacred journey of connection with my dear ones and my beloveds. I feel the sense of devotion with sacredness daily. Sacredness is very much about devotion, which is giving my time, attention, energy, my focus to something important to me, important to my life. If you are enjoying the shenanigans with me, and there's going to be more vlogs and videos coming up because I am in sacred land, I just want you to take a look at where I'm at. Look at where I'm at. I know it's not like, and this is the cedar grove that the labyrinth is over there. You see where the towels are? There's the cedar grove. This in my sweet cabin with the tarp on it. It's doing a good job. It's doing such a good job. If you enjoy these shenanigans with me, please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're seeing it here. You might be seeing it on Facebook. If you are, hey, go to YouTube and become a subscriber of mine. And hey, I would love it if you became a patron of this sacred journey that I've been on since December 21st, day 213, I think it is today, of experiments, everyday experiments and creativity around a theme. I would love for you to join me. It's only $5 a month. That is a deal. That is a deal. It is a squeal deal, indeed. And I would love it if you supported my work. You can also go to other tiers if you want some coaching with me, or, you can take a look at all the stuff on Patreon. Patreon.com. I'll tell you this whole project has been an experience of moving with the sacred, being with the sacred, experimenting with the sacred, and of noticing every day connection in the experiments. And because connection is such a big part of sacredness for me, it really has been a sacred experience. Oh, it's been profane too, and mundane. It's been all of it, all of the good stuff. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I'm excited to be back. I started to get a little winky wonky about doing one of these again, and I just said, come on, you can just get back on the horse, bear. That's funny in itself. Hey, thank you. We do this thing together. We do this thing, this sacred lifing together. Thanks.